Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dean Callan Show, the latest I've ever gone on air. And in fairness, the entire episode is like based around me chatting with the legend that is Danny Dyer. Now, I don't know what's going on, but I can call anyone on Skype I want to. Anyone but Danny Dyer. The only person I can't seem to call is Danny. Now, I don't know why, but yeah, it's not letting me do it, and it's kind of frustrating. Let me just understand what is going on here. Now, I've got I'm still gonna keep trying, but I wanted you guys to know what the frustration was here, and it seems to be calling him now. Let's hope this works, because if it does, it'll be great, and if it doesn't, I'm just gonna have to go solo. Let's see. No, it doesn't seem to be working. Well, it called him. It hasn't done that before, so we're getting further, you could say. Yeah, look, I guess I'm gonna have to give up on poor Danny. It says loading when I try to call him. Look, end of the day, this episode is about me chatting through the cocktails that we got back from the legends that we sent drinks out to. Now, you might remember 2 weeks ago, we had this stuff here, which is the Girvan New Distillate, right? So it's a brand new make distillate that's come off Girvan patent still. Please work. It's a new make distillate that's come off Girvan patent still, and it was sent out to a few different people. Now, in the interest of not being the most boring person in the world, I'm going to cut to a couple of the videos, right? So I'm going to start with Joe. Joe Wodsack sent us in a video of the cocktail he made. And okay, don't freak out, but this video features teddy bears. Okay? Don't freak out.
Hey, Dean, I'm going to make this as quick as I can. Thanks very much for sending me 3 little bottles of your Girvan Grain new distillate, the new make. Shout out to Danny Dyer as well. Fascinating chat last week, I thought. First of all, with regards to the cocktail I'm going to make, was I going to use the spirit to support a drink, or does the drink support the nobility and quality of the distillate? It's the age-old conundrum, isn't it? I mean, for example, in a banana daiquiri, the rum is definitely there to support the banana, isn't it? Not banana to support the rum. You know, sometimes with all those big flavours, the actual distillate can take quite a vital but very subtle backseat in terms of the full flavour and texture of the drink. Well, here I'm going the other way around. I was fascinated by this. This Girvan still, some 4 stories high, whatever it is. Got it in my little Glencairn glass here. Now, I'm amazed at how complex it is, but also I'm amazed how utterly Scottish when you think about it, because the aromas I got off it, I'm not talking peat here, obviously, because it doesn't have those characters, but I did get certain things. I got a sort of a heather, fennel note, aniseed note, which I think you picked up on last week. There's a definite smell of apple skin, which is a Scottish thing, and it definitely smells and tastes of raspberries. I couldn't get away with it. Once I said it to my wife, we're both going, yeah, man, raspberries. So I'm going to make a drink with some subtle additions to it, a subtle bit of sweetness to it, but we're going to try and let the distillate sing. So here we've got my current favourite apple at the moment, which I'm buying from Sainsbury's. It's called a Kanzi apple. It's a new apple on the market, but very, very tasty for cocktails. I've got a couple of Scottish raspberries. Got some Thai basil, not regular basil, so we've got that lovely aniseed, verging on spearmint quality to it as well. So, without further ado, now I don't have the London Ice Studio sending me ice, but look at that. Sainsbury's is now selling oversized ice cubes, which is fantastic for me. We're going very much JJ Goodman kitchen cocktails here because I don't have the kit, but I know how to make a drink. So, hang on. Let's put the first things in first. Right, we're going to a muddle, a couple of raspberries, and a bit of apple, but with the skin in. I think it's important. My muddling stick, yes, bottle of Worcester sauce. So we're just going to do that. That's probably enough already. In homage to the blue, I'm going to do a conversation. I watched it, I didn't know what you were talking about, but I had to watch it on YouTube. But I'm going to put in about a bar spoon of blue curacao. Maybe just a few leaves of that. And then put in the ice. 50 mils of distillate. Stick to stir. There we go. Give it a nice little stir. I'm using my port glass. I designed this, Dartington Crystal port glass. Let's give it a nice little spin. Spin, spin, spin the wheel of justice. See how fast the bastard spins. Okay, right. So, like the subtlest of flavours. But I thought it worked. It's got a lovely colour. Again, sort of Harris tweed purple. There we go. Slange. Delicious. It works. I can still taste the distillate. Probably went overboard on the Thai basil, maybe just as a garnish at the end, but works for me. See you later.
What a total legend. My favorite thing, right, is like, wait, this bit. He does the delicious. It's not, like, that's how you taste stuff, right? Who needs to stand and like, oh, there's a bit of this, boom, straight up. He loves it. So that was Joe's take on it, right? And basically, I've been calling Danny the whole time. It calls, it doesn't, it says he's not available. So I'm just gonna chat to Danny by text, right? And get Danny's input. Danny, if you're watching this, I hope you are, just let me know what you thought, right? Right, so second person on our list of people we sent these out to. Now, if you want to get involved, the next fortnight's is going to be this one. I'll get back to that in a minute. And you know what? Everyone that sent me these videos said, I'm so sorry these videos are long, right? But considering like everything kind of went wrong, it might give me the chance to get Danny back on the line. I now have another 4 minutes and 30 odd seconds to get Danny back on the line. So check this one out. Here's Hadrian. Or Hadrian.
Hello guys, hello Dean. First, before anything, I want to thank you for sending over the samples. That's super nice from you. Given Grain New Distillate, super lovely spirit. I never tried a new make before, and this is really nice. I got flavor-wise, got a lot of banana. There's definitely the cereal backbone, like you talked about, that is in there. That is really, really lovely. And I got as well like lactic yogurt notes that are really, really rounding it, as well as a little bit of dried apricots, like cooked apricots. That was really, really nice. So this delicious spirit, even on its own, I could sip it. It's really, really nice. Going with those flavors, I thought of making a milk punch, because I love milk punch, because you can do a big batch of it, and then you can just bottle it and serve it anywhere you want, everywhere, anytime. And it's not really time consuming, because you don't need really to do anything about it. You just need to leave it to settle in the fridge and then put it through a coffee filter and let it strain. So it's really easy and it's not time consuming. So going with the flavor that were in there, I went a bit complementary. So for the milk punch, I used obviously Given Grain. Then I put some Giffard apricot, some K1 orange, some Lille Blanc, because I wanted a little bit of floral aromas and as well bring a bit the ABV down. For the water, you know, for milk punch you need to add water. I decided to make tea instead. So I used this really nice oolong tea. That is like floral and a little bit of red berries. And then some freshly squeezed pineapple juice, lemon juice, a little bit of sugar, just a little bit. And then you know how it works. You put the milk, pour all your ingredients that are combined, and then leave it to settle. And then filter it to coffee paper. By the way, if you can see, I think I got a pretty decent result. It's like really nice and see-through. There's no more particles. So that's what I like about it. You just pour it over ice. Here we go. And then you'll garnish if you fancy. I'll put a little pineapple leaf. And there you go. Give and punch. Sorry. It's very tasty. After doing that punch, I still actually have about 40 ml of this given grain. And yesterday I was watching your episode about sherry, and I do love sherry too. So I thought I'm gonna try to make something with the given and some sherry. My favorite sherry is the Oloroso. So again, to complement those banana, apricot, grain notes, I thought Oloroso sherry, which is really nutty, is gonna give a really nice complement to the given. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go with this. There's about 40 ml. So I'm gonna pour the rest of it, 40 ml. Obviously, this one's gonna be a little bit. This one is really low ABV, the punch, which is really nice because you can enjoy it. This one's gonna be a little bit heavier, but you know, like it's more like a sipper, like a drink that you're gonna take your time. Grab a jigger. So to complement those notes still, I'm gonna put 2 dash of orange bitters. I'm gonna go with a bit of chocolate bitters as well. I think with the nut and the banana is gonna be absolutely amazing. So I've got Gobernador Oloroso sherry. Oh yes, that is very nice. I'm gonna put 15 ml. Now let's go 20. Here we go. Now I'm making this, it make me think of making a twist on an Adonis, almost. I'm gonna put a tad of sweet vermouth to bring a bit of sweetness and bring a bit of vanilla aromas. Here we go, about 20 ml as well. I stirred that down. I really enjoyed making those drinks, mate. Like, again, thank you so much for letting me play with the spirits. It's really great. Nice and cold. Here we go. A little bit more. Add more ice in there. Never too much ice to stir. Here we go. You know what? It's actually not half bad. It's nice and dry. Really nice and dry. I can get the flavor. I still get the banana and the yogurt. Very nice color too. Here we go. And I'm gonna garnish that with a nice orange zest. Gonna make it pretty. It's always nicer when it looks pretty in it. Yeah, the oils. And here you go. I'm gonna call these the Grain and Grapes. Thanks again, and hope to be again able to work with you. Thank you.
Right, so that was pretty awesome. Check out that home bar. How good is this home bar? Right, so thank you so much for getting involved. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I think it's Hadrian. I'm not sure. Is it? Please let me know if that's right. But yeah, super cool. So I'm glad, I'm glad you made that second drink, because I actually might have the ingredients to make one of the drinks. Happy days. So I decided halfway through your video that I would get involved with you and make that, because everything not working is thirsty work, you know? That's tasty. It's got a... Whew, interesting. Tasty. It's got like a creamy, buttery sort of flavor to it. Could just be me. Right, so now... Oh, yeah, mate. It's great to see. Hey, Hadrian, yeah, awesome. You're online. Dude, your home bar is epic. Well, you have to get involved more often. I love it. It's super cool. And the little, like, lifting the little thing and everything, really cool. Right, so next up, last but certainly not least. Now, I haven't had a chance to see this video, right? But I know it's going to be good. And I have no idea what's in this, but I know it's going to be good, because it is none other than the legend, Hannah Lamphere. Like the person I'm learning all my information from, right? Hannah, the legend, Lamphere, making a drink. She thinks it's going to be super tasty. I mean, she knows everything, right? I'm just going to run with whatever she says. We do. So let's check that out.
Dean, thank you for sending me this new Make Spirit. It's absolutely chuffing delicious. I will be making you a cocktail with it, and I think this drink is popping, considering the lovely sunny day that we've had. So I'm starting off with 50 ml of your delicious new Make Spirit. Please make this commercially available. And, you know, forgive me if a cat walks in. Great, I still haven't got a measure. I'm gonna free pour 25 mils approximately. Let's see. I think that was spot on. So, by the way, what I'm using is a Pescaro, which is this absolutely delicious aperitif wine, and it's a bitter. It is made on peach wine, and I think it's absolutely delightful. So I'm using that, and then I'm going to plump out that peachy note and sweetness with I do have a bar spoon. Oh wait, this isn't a 5 ml bar spoon, but oh, there we go. Bop, bop, bop. And a tiny dash of the rarest orange bitters in the whole world. And I'm going to use my thumb, which is fine because, to be honest, there's been a cat in the picture and it's not the most clean cocktail that I've ever made in my life. Here we go. You can shush. Pleased with this. It's a first take.
Don't speak too soon.
So, you know, what's more delicious than itty things like a make and peachy things? Nothing. I'm making two because my camera person is desperately thirsty.
That's me.
Do you know what this would be nice with? Lemon twist. We'll serve it naked this time. Awful.
All right. No, I don't know what happens at the end of that video, but Hannah said as soon as I hand it over, switch it out, okay? Take it out because you don't want to see the end. So I'll wait for later to find out what happens in the end of that video. I don't know. But right, I'm out. Like I saved myself, and it just so happens, I think I have all the ingredients. I was trying to fix something but I'm pretty sure these are all the bits that went into it. I don't remember the proportions exactly. Has anyone taken note of the exact proportions that she used? Could you walk me through them on the comments? In fact, so where's Danny? Let me see what Danny thinks of these. Right, I'm gonna call him and just have his audio. Right, since Danny, how you doing, man? At least we got something working, right? We got your audio here. What did you think? What did you think of the cocktails?
Some great idea. Apparently, it was they were cleaning out their basement or their loft. I don't believe that. I'd like to think that those bears are constantly just scattered around their house. And plus, they use some of the blue curacao in odes to blue.
Yeah.
I thought Hadrian's Bar was killer, and a really interesting drink. In my head, it tastes amazing, but you're lucky you get to actually make it, taste it there.
Yeah, it was really tasty.
It was awesome. I love cats. So she's got this little cat just coming in, and then the person who's filming showing the hand. I'm so intrigued to see what happens at the end of that video. You'll need to show us.
Yeah, me too. I'll need to find out later. But Hannah just said, you know, as soon as I hand it over, cut it off. Cut it off. Oh, all right, cool. Could be just adding an element of, you know, mystique to it. So I'm not getting any messages from you guys. So I'm just gonna go a jobby bit of that, right? And then I happen to have the ingredients for this one, and I love peach, so I'm gonna just do maybe that much of this one, and then it was creme de pêche as well. So if I can get the top off this. Oh, I'm not. I'm trying to free pour. If I can get the bottle open. So I'm trying to free pour while holding you up to the mic.
Yeah, I'm actually watching you on my laptop screen right now. This is like some sort of weird Inception live session we're doing at the moment.
You know what? Look, people are getting this show for free, right? So they're just going to have to put up with some budget live streaming. What can we do? And I don't know why.
We just need to sort out Skype. Honestly,
I don't know why, but like,
last time, I don't know
if everyone could just understand that when I try to call Danny, right, anyone else in the world I can call. When I try to call Danny, it's like, nah, this person's not speaking to you, right? But like, I could just prank someone else right now. Who would I prank? Let's see if it works. If I can prank someone. Bam, right? And we'll see if it works. Is it working? Yeah, look at this.
DC.
Yeah, so Mitch can answer the phone and say stuff like DC. He hasn't got his video activated, but we just like, Mitch, can you hear me?
Yo, did you just fucking live me?
I just pranked you, yeah, live. I was just trying to demonstrate. He hung up on me. No, he didn't.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate that Skype works for anyone else in the world, but except for Danny Dyer. I can't call him, and the whole show was meant to be me calling him, right?
And what? And it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. So I've got him on the phone, and can you say hi, Danny?
Hey man, how's it going?
So
Hi, Danny.
Yeah, there you go. See, how messed up is that? I just wanted to show to everyone that it's only myself and Danny that can't connect. It's like Skype hates me.
Mate,
I'm not gonna lie.
he hates you. You should see how fucking busy it is out there for fucking 4th of July weekend. No masks, no nothing. Everyone's just like, when are you opening the bar? Gotta get our skinny marks on. Fucking going to the beach. The beaches are closed, you fucking goofs.
Oh no. Mitch,
Yeah.
Mitch, don't be upset, but I'm gonna leave you where you are there. We're live on the internet, so I'll catch up with you later.
All right.
Yeah. All
Big
right.
up,
Sorry,
have fun.
I was trying randomly to demonstrate that it still works, and people are asking, "Where's your hipster bun? What's under the hat?" Oh, hipster bun. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
mate,
don't-
health and safety, right?
Yeah, fucking A. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
All right. Well, love you, brother. Thank you for answering the phone. And is that a giant mug of coffee?
Yeah, it's got half a bottle of Ocho in it as well.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that makes more sense. I thought
It's
it
my,
was
it's,
random.
it's,
You would drink that
it's
much
my,
coffee.
it's my stealth cocktail.
All right, man. Thank you for answering. See you later.
Ciao, matey.
Ciao. How do I hang up on that? Boom. And we're supposed to be back. I think we're back. Anyway, guys, Danny, can I ask a favor?
Yes, go for it, man.
Can you clarify something? Like, are you able to do stuff like, say, like send a bottle of grants to the guys that got involved?
I was just about to say to you, if you can give me the address of Joe, Hadrian, and Hannah, I will send them some weird stuff in the mail to freak them out, and also some grants things as well. For putting in the time and effort for doing that.
All
'cause
right.
I really do appreciate
Oh,
it. So if you can get those addresses to me, I mean, I'm up north from tomorrow.
yeah.
When I come back, I'll send out some goodies. I have to find some sort of bear-themed grant goodie for Joe now.
Yeah, get him a Grant's teddy bear, or like a Liverpool
Yeah.
/ Grant's teddy bear, if that's possible. Look,
I will try my best.
I'm conscious that you're with your family, and
Yeah.
I've got you weirdly on the phone, so I'll close this up for you, and I'm going to introduce the next distillate, which is a Girvan Grain 5-year-old refill wood at 72.7. Is that correct?
It is indeed. Yeah, I thought it made sense. Like after that new make, I want to see what happens just after 5 years in something like a refill woods to see if we're still getting some of those banana notes coming through. Or is it just completely changed? I haven't actually tried it myself.
Okay.
When we jump off this call, I'll have a little taste and I'll be active in the comments.
All right. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for getting involved.
Awesome.
And sorry about all everything not working.
Hey,
But,
it's Skype.
we'll
have to
fix
talk
it.
to them.
We'll
It's
fix
not
it
your
next
fault.
time.
You're doing a great job.
All right. Cheers, man.
Awesome,
Thank you.
buddy.
Bye.
Cheers. Take care.
Right. So, yeah, that was interesting. So look, sorry if it came across a little bit random this episode, but you know what? Such is life, right? For the guys that got involved and sent in cocktail recipes, thank you so much. I just put Danny on the spot because I realized we hadn't properly discussed like what happens after people have sent in the recipes and like how to go at it. Because you know what, like as much as people are at home, you know, everyone's busy. As much as we're in lockdown, like, you know, people have lives. So I understand if you've taken the time to taste the new makes and all the spirits that I'm sending out, and you've taken the time to come up with a cocktail, you know, you deserve a thank you. So Danny is going to be lovely and send everyone a little kind of gift in the mail. If you are interested in having a go at this, and ultimately it is meant to be about tasting something you've never tasted before that you really can't taste anywhere else. Well, you know, Girvan doesn't release a 100% Girvan Grain 5-year-old on refill wood. Now, refill wood, for those of you that don't know what that means, if you make a barrel from scratch, or cask, as they would say in Scotland, if you make a cask from scratch, right, it's virgin oak, it's brand new. If you fill it with whiskey and then dump the whiskey out, and you refill it again, the second time, this is how many times it's had something in it, the second time, it's called first fill. So, like, virgin is brand new, and often in Scotch whiskey starts out more delicate, distilled from barley, or certainly distilled from grain, is much more delicate than you would expect, for example, bourbon to be. Bourbon is very sweet, and it's very robust. It's spicy and sweet at the same time. In its new make, the White Dog. So new make, the cask will take over, the astringency in the cask will take over the spirit really quickly. Whereas a first fill, right, the first time it's got Scotch whiskey going into it, or new make going into it, a little lighter, but it's still going to be quite intense. Second fill, right, it's now been filled, dumped, turned into something, filled again, dumped, turned into something, filled again, dumped. Now, every time this cask might be scraped out the inside, recharred to get a better interaction with the wood and the spirit. But the next time it's filled up, because you can't really justify every single fill, this cask could fill something. It could sit in there for 3 years and then be dumped, and the wood's still good, right? And if you think about it, technically speaking, to be a Scotch whiskey, you only need to fill them for 3 years. So 3, 6, 9, 12. We're still like 15 years short of some of the ages up here. But at this point, we're refill. It's not going to have as much astringency. It's not going to have as much tannin put into the spirit. It's going to be very light. But the spirit is still going to oxidize. It's still going to get that expansion and contraction with the different temperatures and barometric pressures, or whatever you'd say, that affect aging. So it is aging, and the wood would have been, it would have been considered a spent cask if it wasn't still good enough to get some interaction. Now, after 5 years, you can see this. That's not clear. That's got some color to it. So I'm actually quite excited to see that it's refill wood. So it's not going to have, it's going to have a lot of the distillate's flavor that still retained in this spirit, but it's had enough interaction with wood that it's starting to mellow a little bit, and we should be hopefully getting a few little bit of vanillins and a few little bits of like the not oxidization, but flavor coming through. It's not gonna be the stuff you expect from really old stuff like Rancia and stuff like that, but you're getting some interaction, right? So without further ado, I'm going to taste this for the first time, and I'm going to come up with my off-the-cuff drink for it. Let's have a look. It's hard to tell whether I'm actually still on. Right, so now, one thing to note. Right, the reason I'm going to put a second glass here. This one is at 72.7% ABV, which is 154 proof, like, I think. Right, that's a lot. No, 145. 144, 145.4, 145.4? I don't know. I didn't finish high school. I'm getting a bit of, not gonna lie, it tastes very spirituous. It's a little bit boozy, but I would say it's warming, right? Like, if I didn't know that it was 72% alcohol, I'd be like, whoa, that's spicy. So I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I think it might be a little bit more responsible when if you're one of the people that gets a sample of this, add a little bit of water, right? Now, Brian Kinsman, the malt master for William Grant & Sons, well, one of the malt masters for William Grant & Sons, or master blenders, master distillers, whatever you'd call them, he brings his spirits before he noses them, and he noses them down to, I think, about 20-25%. So this is not down that low, but it might be in the 30-35. See, I'm getting like really nice cereal notes now. I'm not getting the anise that I was getting before when it was new make. That green sort of note might be gone. It's kind of creamy. All right, what am I going to make? What would I make with this? Now, I'm thinking of making a long drink with the spirit as it is, right? To see how we go with it. What sort of long drink would I make? some soda. What else do I have in here? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be super cheeky. All right. Now, oh, damn. I don't have mint in here. 1 second. Oh, Mitch's Minute. This is so good. I've got, what a great time to do Mitch's Minute.
Fuck, that's a lot for a minute. I'm not as much as I care about what it was made out of and who blended it and what it was aged in. That being said, there are some pretty fucking spectacular differences. For instance, Shivers 12 is fucking terrible, but Shivers 18 is delicious, and Johnny Red is undrinkable. And I have a Johnny Black tattoo. It's sensational. That was the last bottle Keiko Tonic bought. I've been trying to savor it. Keep it for her. It's hideous. Testament to childlike. Anywho, Friday, I'm going to work the Corona window. Have fun.
Welcome back. The Corona window sounds sad, right? Like, so that was Mitch, like maybe an hour and a half ago, before I realized I was going to have all the troubles of not having anything work. And he makes a good point, you know, like when you look at the different age statements on blends, Johnny Walker Black and Johnny Walker Red, I guess they go for slightly different flavor profiles, but he's right. The black is considerably better than the red. I would also hazard a guess that might come with a little bit of it also has more peaty whiskey in it. You know, it's not just the age. Like it's hard to say. It's hard to say. What is really the most important thing? It has to be the way that the flavor profile that the blender's gone for, as opposed to the age. Right. So I've got pineapple chunks, loads of pineapple chunks, right? Now I thought to myself, of all the whiskeys I've tasted of late, this particular distillate, this particular 5-year-old kind of tasted, it's not like rum funky. Like you wouldn't say it's got a Jamaican like dunder pitty kind of funkiness to it. But it certainly has that high proof. Like for some reason it warmed me up and gave me that like sense of, you know, a high proof rum sort of feel to it, right? Which it took me to a kind of a tiki bar sort of feel. I thought about Kanaloa when I tasted that, right? Which made me then think, wouldn't it be cool to do a Missionary's Downfall twist with this stuff? So, bit of coconut, right? And then use up the bit of creme de pêche. It was out. And then, now, Missionary's Downfall. The real key to a Missionary's Downfall is the fact that it's got mint in it. So in goes the mint. And the reason I had to quickly put Mitch's Minute on was because I had to run out to the garden and grab some mint. So I did need to put that on. Now, smooth, light, and creamy, right? Yeah, water is way better. Yeah, smooth, light, and creamy is what I was thinking. I got a buttery sort of finish to it. So obviously, oh, I love Coco Lopez. Honestly, if society didn't shame people for being fat, I'd be so fat. Oh, I'd probably feel uncomfortable being fat, actually. I'm like, yeah, I'd eat more. I'd definitely have a bit more weight on me. I'd be eating more chocolate and Coco Lopez. Right, so I put a full 45 mil at 72%. It's gonna be fun. I feel like I'm missing something, and yes, I am. A squeezer lime. And actually, a bit of bitters. Gonna throw a little bit of bitters in there. Right. Piece of ice. Let's see about breaking this up a little bit, just so it doesn't kill my blender or take too long. Awesome. There you are. Yeah. Right. This is the problem with just winging it. When you're just winging it, you don't know what's about to happen. Now, which bitters? Put a combination of mole bitters, an Angostura bitters, and a little pinch of salt. Right. And again, another super long episode, but I mean, what can you do? What can you say? I can't, I don't, is anyone willing to complain? At this stage, I'm assuming everyone's timed out already. Right. I have to say, this blender's freaking great. I mean, you'd be forgiven for thinking that I'd done this type of thing before. We have time. Thank you, Diogo. Right. You know one thing I miss, right? Sticking straws to the outside of stuff. Did you ever stick straws to the outside of stuff? Like, it was the cheesiest thing in the world, but I loved it, right? So you would wet a straw, and then you would use the water that sticks to the side of the glass to create a vacuum. Obviously, with a steel straw, it's never going to work. But I thought it was loads of fun. And people would be like, what? What? Right? Anyway, give that a bit of a mix. That's fucking good. That's such a fluke. I'm so lucky. That's really good. Right. Holy shit. So, if you want to take part in next fortnight's challenge, right? So basically, to give people a chance to all get involved, if you're watching this on YouTube, just comment. If you're watching this on Facebook, again, comment, let me know. I will pack these up into little smaller measures and send out a bubble pack to you. You need to share your address and stuff like that, so you need to be cool with that. It is 72.7% ABV, so I would definitely suggest if you're not accustomed to drinking cask strength whiskey, water it down first before you play with it, and yeah, have fun. Your job though, you have a week. So assuming it takes me a week from today to get it to you, right? So you'd be getting it next Friday if we've decided for Wednesday's show who's getting them. You've got 1 week then to come up with a cocktail and make a video. It doesn't have to be a long video. Just letting us know what you thought was appropriate to make with this, right? And then, yeah, have some fun. And No rules. You don't have to use blue curacao, and you don't have to make a blended drink, right? Enjoy. I'm going to sign out now. If I can get the outro to work, let's just hope. Let's just hope for the one thing that's going to work. It's the goodbye outro thing, right?